Hello everybody, this is Errol here from 9 Star Key, and this is your general reading for the new moon that will be happening on the 12th and 13th of October 2015, depending on which part of the world you're in. Now, this full moon is bringing in, as always with new moons, the new beginnings, an ending of a previous cycle and bringing something new to start the month with, the lunar month with. And it also brings in the energy and the emotions of what that energy is bringing in. And this month is all about the relationship, what's happening with the relationship and clarity in those relationships, whether it's be personal, business, or any other kind of relationship that you may be in. So key things here about this month and this energy here, what this new moon brings in is that clarity in what you are doing, the clarity in how you are communicating with people, communicating with even with yourself. Do you have that internal clarity with yourself? And most importantly, do you have that clarity and to communicate with other people, interacting with somebody else and at different levels in your daily life? So interesting how this fire energy is like almost consuming but not consuming. It's doing enough to just reveal what's really there, burning almost down to the surface, just to get to close enough to the roots so everything can be exposed, but leaving enough life so that there can be a new start, a new beginning, and giving the root system opportunity to reform and grow stronger. And in some ways, this is what's happening for some of us here. There's been a burning, there's been a cleansing, a purifying in what's been happening in our lives. Now, whether that's personal or business-wise, intimate relationships, family relationships, there's been like a cleansing, a removing of the top layer that might have been obstructing the true growth of where you are wanting to grow and develop yourself. So now, as this fire is moving through your life, your circumstances, there is an opportunity, right, to learn, grow, develop in that understanding. And one of the key areas is, again, how you are able to reflect, or how you are able to just be able to understand the other person, but also to understand how you are understanding yourself in relating to an individual, relating to a situation, in how that can help you develop. So it's almost like your inner self is reaching out and it's wanting to be pulled out, to grow, to develop, and to remove those things that are no longer of any importance to you. As if you have been trapped for however long it may be emotionally, spiritually, but now there is wanting to be a new release of energy, new release in freedom to be growing, developing yourself in whatever aspect of your life that needs to be developed. So a really strong emphasis, I said, in the area of the relationship, but the relationship in circumspect to yourself. Changes again overall here is in the area of the personal relationship. That is going to be one of the big changes. There's going to be almost like a redefining of what the rules were beforehand, because in looking at the general chart of things is that you may have gone into a relationship or into a situation, shall we say, where you might not have been fully aware of what was required of you, or you have gone in to a situation where you thought it was just convenient, but now since you have grown and developed, those maybe rules or how do you say now, circumstances are no longer fitting you, are no longer able to help you grow or develop. So there's going to be a changing of what it means to you to be in that relationship. Either that relationship will grow, or it will in some ways die and make room for something that which is much more accommodating for you. So there's a real sense of change, and sometimes that change can be quite radical in how it's come about. It could be simply from a simple conversation, or from a simple misunderstanding, and then everything is starting to be revealed for what it truly is. And again, this will be coming from what are you really thinking, what's truly in your mind, because sometimes what we have in our mind and what we have in our hearts are sometimes two very different things, and there's a sense of bringing these two into much closer harmony. So for some of you, I would say, expect there's going to be a redefining of relationships, how those relationships are worked out on a daily basis, how often you may meet this person, or you may be interacting with their organization, or whatever it may be where you're working with people. There could be very much a redefining of roles in how you really interact with people at various levels. And again here, how you are looking towards the future, again, there's going to be a redefining here of what you are wanting to be in your life in the near and long-term future. You are wanting to, again, bring clarity and stopping and saying, is this what I really want in my life, medium to long term? There's going to be a real soul searching of yourself, really understanding that this is not really going to be helping me or suiting me, or I don't think I can meet this person's expectation of me because it is not really me. I'm not being genuine to myself or to this person. So there's going to be a real, some ways, looking internally to yourself and really examining, how do I really work with other people in some ways. And so, again, in the romantic area of things, there's going to be new areas of new opportunities for romance. But again, it's going to all be based on the revelation, the revealing, what is the light shining on to make it more true. How is this person going to be able to interact? Are you going to be able to interact with this person at various levels? Can you share those deep things? Can you talk about general things on a day-to-day basis? Or is it the kind of relationship that you really want? And sometimes it's just a simple exercise would be is get a sheet of A4 paper, pen, and write out what do you really want in a relationship. The sort of person that you would like to have in a relationship. Your ideal partner. Write it out and just look at it. And then see, is it what you've got now? If it isn't, you need to then re-examine it. And so this is a time, maybe the month, where you can really do that, because that fire energy is really there to really bring clarity really to bring, to purify things. And if you're in an established relationship already, this is not a bad thing. All it means is that your relationship will be getting stronger, more clearer, more solid. It's going to be a real much richer experience for both of you. So it is really a fantastic situation, because that fire and that earth sign together, it really feeds each other and brings a real cleansing, a real deeper understanding, a more richer experience to both of you. And also if you're in an organization, that again brings a much more deeper understanding of how both the organization and the person involved can move forward on a much stronger footing. So again, this is bringing that sense of understanding, and again, in the area of the relationship, how they bring that harmony. There's going to be the sense of vision, sense of discipline, clarity in that leadership, how you are going to be communicating things. And also there's going to be a lot more compassion in how those words will be spoken, because you are wanting to obviously gain that other person's respect, gain that other person's understanding of where you're coming from, not wanting to hurt or to put the person down, but really to show them that you do care and that you are just wanting to do the best thing for both themselves and for you. So with the clarity, with the cleansing, with the fire moving through, burning off all the dead scrub, you could say, there's that sense of compassion, that sense of understanding and wisdom, wanting to be coming through as you talk and you explain some of these things. And for some of you, this has already happened already. For some of you, you've already moved into this area for the last week, 10 days now, maybe 2 weeks now. You've really moved into this area, because this energy is quite intense, and also with the lunar and the solar eclipses that's happened last month, this has really more or less propelled this forward now into this month. So again, you are on the back end, as you could say, of those lunar and solar eclipses, moving more into this month. Again, this intensification of the fire and the earth really bringing the clarity and the harmony and the sensitivity, because again, there's going to be this sense of being sensitive to in how you are wanting to portray and give the sense of help to the other person or yourself. So this is a great opportunity, and again, looking at how you have been dealing with yourself on a spiritual basis, because for some of you, you've been fighting with what is the best method to be trying to tell yourself what is the best way that you can center upon yourself, meditate, or whatever practice you may use spiritually for your spiritual development and spiritual growth. For some of you, you have not quite found that thing that suits you best. And again, this may be the time and the month where you may find that technique, that system that may help you move into a greater sense of who you are and that clarity that you're so much searching for. So I hope this has been a great help to you, and that as you move into this new moon phase now for the next couple of weeks, that you will have the real sense of clarity and sensitivity to who you are and how you are growing, but also to other people around you. So that sense of understanding and maybe some redefining of what the relationships that you are wanting to be in or should be in, is needed. So until next month, and please leave your comments down below, and please subscribe to this channel, and we look forward to speaking to you next month. Until then, take care.